Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading, and today is February 4th, 2025, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, markets mostly rebound after Canada and Mexico cave into the US. But first, looking at today's major economic events, so we have at 5 p.m. South African time from the United States, a Jolts Job Opening number coming out. In addition, we got corporate earnings for Google, Amgen, AMD, and Pfizer coming out today. Now looking at the market, starting on with the Forex symbols, the major pairs pretty much rebounding. So did the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ. Now looking at commodities, oil and natural gas slide. They take the other direction. And if you look at the stocks, really mixed. NVIDIA on its supporters level, while Meta, formerly known as Facebook, gains. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin was one of the big gainers and rebounders yesterday. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. First with the VIX. Now the VIX is your volume index, which shows you how much volume you've actually done in the market. Now we're in a 18 right now. We're at 18, and we went from 16 to 19, and we're somewhere in between. So we're not out of the woods. When this goes down below to 14, and that's somewhat normal. Okay, and around the low 15-ish level is where it's normalcy. So keep this in mind. Now, this has had a really great impact on the markets. It's a volume index. It's tremendously there. So keep this on the radar. Now, looking at the major pairs, well, we're going to start out with the GBP USD. That one is probably reminiscent of everything else, as that has had a decent rebound to 124. So did the euro go to 103. So I'm not going to just jump into the euro unnecessarily. They're pretty much all the same. Canadian dollar went to all-time record lows yesterday at 147. It corrected itself back to its normal level at 144. So it has had that correctional move. Now looking at the commodities, all right, gold pretty much unchanged here, okay, holding on to its strength and not receding. However, crude oil did slide because this was the inverse relationship, right? When things are tough in the markets or things are unexpected, crude oil bounces, and when things kind of settle down, crude oil settles down as well. And that's exactly what happened here. Huge opportunity for a Monday in the beginning of February yesterday. I mean, this was just a very classic fade opportunity. And if we look at natural gas, also sliding here to 318. Now, jumping into the US market, starting out with the Dow Jones, we did get a bounce, but we're having a slide here, okay, in pre-market. So this is really important to note. And the question is whether or not this is going to really take it back to its highs. Now, the stocks are very specific and they're very mixed, okay? So keep that in mind. If we look at the NASDAQ, also, we got a bounce yesterday, but not as resilient. So if we look at what stocks are not resilient in the NASDAQ, it's Microsoft, okay? Let's just jump straight into it. At the bottom of its range, not really getting a bounce. It's kind of weak here, not doing much. Now, if we look at Facebook, though, doing the other reverse, okay? Holding on to itself to $700 a share. Relatively very strong here as that is rebounding. Now looking at some of the other major stocks, looking at Google today, it's about its upper range, not breaking out, but above its upper range. So this is really an important element. AMD also coming out with its quarterly earning reports today at 114 after retracing. Now the tech sector, specifically the chip makers, have had a little bit of a hard time, right? Intel had last week. Okay, if we toggle out of here, we look at NVIDIA at 114. Now its support level is 100, so keep that in mind. It still has some room on the downside. And lastly, looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin had a huge rebound yesterday, a nice gain to above 102K, but then receded, okay? And it's trading together with the market. So nothing is really jumping out at me super strong, super weak, except for Meta, which is showing some strength on the upside, although it did retrace just below 700. So keep this in mind. Markets are trading in tandem. I would wait for the market to give me an opportunity, and that's how I would jump in. This is Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.